Hello and welcome to Nano Yoga. This is a yoga for snowboarders and skiers. I'm Nanako, your yoga teacher for today. So as you can see, we are in the mountains under the famous Japanese cherry blossoms, and let's get started. So just before, don't forget to like and subscribe, and any comments I'll make sure to reply. Starting in a comfortable seated position, just take one deep breath in through the nose. And then a deeper exhale through the nose again. Inhaling again through the nose. And exhale again through the nose. Another inhale through the nose. And nice deep exhale here. Then on your next inhale, we're going to bring both hands a little bit higher up above you. And then you're going to exhale, bringing both hands out in front of you. And then untucking the feet, you're going to get into child's pose. So you're going to press down on the arms, kind of on the palms of your hands, and stretch the lower back and the spine all the way to the arms. Then inhaling, you're going to come back up, tuck the toes down under, pressing on the palms of your hands and bringing the chest down into a downward facing dog. Here, if you need to bend the knees, you're more than welcome to. And then if you have a very stretchy upper back, just make sure to sort of press the chest up. But don't worry here too much if your legs aren't straight and your heels aren't touching the mat. Just make sure that your spine is nice and long and you're stretching the entire body. And then bring yourself up to a plank position. Just make sure your body is nice and flat. And then here, we're just going to bring ourselves lower down as you exhale into a chaturanga. So just look if you're not sure. So pressing the elbows in and coming almost all the way down. And then from chaturanga, you're going to inhale back to a plank position. And then exhale, we're going to come back into chaturanga, elbows in. And then pressing back up your shoulders into a plank. Exhale, back into chaturanga. Inhale, back to plank. And then one more exhale, down to chaturanga. Then inhale, back to plank. While you're in your plank position, exhale back down to chaturanga. And then come all the way back down. And then bringing both hands behind you, you're going to clasp them. And then you're going to bring your chest up, your head up, your feet up, and squeeze the glutes and get into locust pose. Staying here for another breath. And then exhale, coming back down. Let it go. And we're going to do that again. So bringing both hands behind you, clasping the hands, inhaling up, chest up, head up, feet up, squeezing the glutes together. And exhaling, coming back down, and then bringing each hand underneath the shoulders, pressing the palms down, tucking the toes in, bring yourself into a downward facing dog. Nice long spine, bend the knees if you need to, and just stay here for one long deep breath. And then on our next inhale, we're going to bring the right leg up towards the sky into a three-legged dog. And then as you exhale, you're going to bring the right knee to the right elbow. And then bring it back up. As you exhale, inhaling, right knee, left elbow. Inhaling up to the sky, the foot. And then inhaling, bring the foot in towards the middle of your body. Just hold it here and then bring the foot down. And then bring yourself into a warrior one. So in warrior one, you just want to have the knee bent about 90 degrees. The left foot can be sort of forward, not 90 degrees, just a bit more forward. And just stay here for one breath. And then exhaling both hands towards your chest. We're just going to straighten out the front leg and then the right leg, and then the left foot's going to come in a little bit to just shorten your legs or the width of your legs. And you're going to exhale, you're going to fold forward. And here what's going to might happen to you is that you can bend the knees if you need to, but just make sure that your lower back and your spine up to your chest is nice and long. So upper back and lower back is nice and long, long spine. So you're going to press the chest sort of down. And if you can't come as low, just stay as high as you need to. Take your final breath here. Then slowly, as you inhale, coming all the way up. And then you're going to bring that left foot a little bit further back. And then bring your both hands up. Back into warrior one, hands up to your chest. Then here we're going to try a little bit of balance. So you're going to bend your front knee, the right knee. Then you're going to bring the left leg up. So either you stay where we were for balancing or get higher with the back foot, so the left foot up, and then bringing your chest down towards the floor. So you're kind of balancing there. And then make sure that your left hip isn't pointing up towards the sky, but is nice and straight. So both hips are pointing down, same as your shoulders. One breath here. And then we're going to slowly inhale and come back up, but just make sure that left foot is still hovering off the ground. So still balancing here using core strength, which we need for skiing and snowboarding, and then bringing that foot up. So no hands is a little bit harder. Doesn't have to be as high as my foot is, or if you'd like to have a bit more of a challenge, you can bring both hands up to your foot and bring your head down towards that knee, or otherwise just stay with your left foot hovering. It was a little bit windy there, so almost fell over. And if you fall over, who cares? Just try again. Can't even see you. So bringing both hands up to your chest, bringing the left foot back again, and then get back into a warrior one. And then we're going to exhale, hands back down towards the mat, bringing the foot behind, right foot behind, get into a plank. Either you can get straight into a downward facing dog, or you can vinyasa with me. So exhale down, chaturanga. Clasp the hands behind you, inhale locust pose. This is a nice pose to strengthen your lower back. And then exhale, palms down into downward facing dog. And then we're going to do that on the other side. So left foot up towards the sky. And then you're going to bring that left knee towards your left elbow. And then inhaling, bringing that left foot back up. Exhale, bringing that knee towards your right elbow. And then inhaling, foot back up. And then exhale, bringing that foot into the middle. Just a quick break here. Just leave it there. And then bring the foot down. And then get into warrior one. So back foot is on nice and flat on the mat. Sort of pointing forwards a little bit. And as you exhale, bring your palms down and towards your heart in prayer. And then you're going to bring the right foot a little bit more forward. And then straighten out this front leg. And then as you exhale, you're going to come down a little bit lower. So you can stay as high or as low as you need. But what you really want to do here is, it doesn't matter too much if your legs are straight or not, but you really want to press that chest down in order for you to be able to feel it in the back of the hamstrings. You should feel very much a deep stretch there. So staying here for another few breaths. If you are lower down, just make sure that your chest is pressing down towards the ground. And then inhaling, coming back up. Then you're going to bring your back foot back a little bit, hands up into warrior one. And then you're going to bring both hands in into a prayer position in front of your heart. And then this time we're going to bring the right leg up. So bringing the right leg up behind you. You can either balance here into warrior three, or you can come lower down, so bringing your torso down, right leg up. And here just make sure that your right hip isn't pointing up towards the sky, but the right hip is just pointing down, sort of how your shoulders are. And And then you're going to really press that back foot back as if you've got a wall right behind your foot. With control, just hovering that right foot, not quite touching the floor. And then we're going to balance here again. So bringing that right foot up, in towards your chest, bringing the right foot out towards away from you. So you can either straighten it out here, or bend the knee ever so slightly, or if you'd like to make it more challenging, bring both hands up to your foot, and you can bring your face down towards your knee, or otherwise just copy what I'm doing and keep your right knee as high as you can. So using a bit of your own leg strength here. So bringing the right knee back in, and then bring it behind you, back into a warrior one. Bring your hands up towards the sky and then down towards your chest. Exhale, both hands back down onto the ground. Chaturanga. Inhaling back up. Hands clasped behind you, feet up, chest up. Locust pose to strengthen your lower back. Bring your palms back down onto the mat and then get back into your downward dog. Bringing your left foot up towards the sky. You're going to bring it up kind of like you're going to lunge, but then you're going to tuck both toes in, and then you're going to stay here in a wide-legged forward fold. And then you're going to bring both hands up to your hips. And either you stay here as low as you'd like to go, or as high as you'd like to go, and stay in your wide-legged forward fold, or otherwise, if you'd like to, you are more than welcome to try out any inversions practice you may have. I'm just doing a headstand here, so if you have a headstand practice, you're more than welcome to try. Obviously, disclaimer, headstand is definitely a challenging pose. Took me a while to learn, so do not try this unless you've tried it before. This is not a tutorial, it's just a freestyle option. As you can see, I'm a little wobbly. Still got to work on mine. I can blame it on the wind though, because I'm outside. Haha. So if you're in your wide-legged forward fold, just stay there. Just really feel that deep stretch in the back of the legs. And then if you're in your inversion pose, just come back down with control. And then come back into a wide-legged forward fold position. And then bringing both hands up to your hips, inhaling back up. And you're going to tiptoe the heels back in. And then we're going to squat down. So yogi squat, malasana. I like to call it old man smoking pose in Japan. So you're going to press the elbows into each corner of those knees. And then here I'll just show you. So you want to have a nice long back. And if your heels are not touching the ground, doesn't matter too much. And then bringing your bum down. We're just going to stretch the glutes out here. So right knee's going to come above, right foot's going to come above the left knee. And then here I'm in a quite intense sort of pose here. So if you need to ease away, obviously bring the knees further down or bring your chest further back. But if you're okay, stay there. And then exhale, bring the foot down. And then this time it's going to be the left foot above the right knee. And then again here I'm really close to my shin, to my left leg. If you need to ease off, just pull yourself a little bit away. Then exhale, bring those feet down. Bring yourself into a boat position. So from boat, you want to have your shins nice and straight, and then you're going to bring both hands out to the right. So we're going to do a bit of core work here, and then you're going to bring both hands up to the right and then back to the left, and then they're back to the right again, and then back to the left. And then exhale, take a break here, lying down, and then we're going to bring both feet up above you, kind of like you're a happy baby. This is happy baby pose. And you can either grab the hands above the feet or behind the knees, whichever is more accessible for you. And then here we finally get into our final resting pose. But just before we'll do a quick twist. So bringing both knees in towards your chest And then we're going to exhale, bringing the knees down to the left. We're not going to stay here for too long. And then just make sure you're looking at your overstretched arms, so to the right. And then bringing both knees in towards your chest. As you inhale, give yourself a quick hug. And then we're going to exhale, bring both knees down to the right side of your body. And then outstretch the left arm, looking towards the left side of your body. And then inhaling both knees in towards your chest. Give yourself another hug. You deserve it. Then exhale, bringing both legs down, outstretching the arms by your side. This is your final resting pose, my favorite pose, Shavasana. So I'll leave you here for a few moments in silence. Your whole goal here is to relax. If you have any thoughts coming, just pay them no attention. Just let them go. And focus again on relaxing. Relaxing not just your body, but also your mind. Coming back into your body, wiggling your fingertips and your toes. Then on your next inhale, bringing both knees in towards your chest, giving yourself one last hug. And then exhale, bringing your body to the right side of the mat. Take a quick break here. And then coming back up into easy pose, seated position. Inhaling, bringing both hands up above your head, and then down in prayer in front of your heart. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. See you again soon, and arigatou gozaimashita. Thank you. Bye.